So continuing on with operator tips videos, I'm going to be making a tips video for Tachanka because since the last patch I've been using him a lot more and I feel like I've been getting pretty good at him with the new changes that they did to him. So I'm just going to be giving you guys a few tips and hopefully they can help you to use Tachanka more effectively, and hopefully he'll be getting chosen more often and he won't be seen as the guy that just really offers nothing for the team. So I'm going to get the tips out of the way right here, name them off really quick, and then I'll elaborate on them after in later parts of the video. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can just listen to the tips and then jump off, play some Siege, play some Tachanka, maybe get some aces if you're lucky, and hopefully these tips help you and you enjoy them. So if you don't want to watch, just listen to the tips, get off. If you do want to hear the elaboration, stay till after and I'll elaborate on each tips one by one. So jumping right into it, tip number 1 is to wait until after the drone phase to place your turret. Tip number 2 is to take advantage of the map's built-in cover and your own deployable shields.
10 seconds.
Tip number 3 is to only cover 1 or 2 entrances. Tip number 4 is don't be afraid to jump off or move the turret. Tip number 5 is to communicate with the rest of your teammates. And tip number 6 is to suppress enemies that you're not able to kill. Okay, so those are all the tips I've got. If you want to hear the elaboration on all these tips, keep on watching, but if not, I hope these are helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. Alright, so if you're still here, let's get into the elaboration. For tip number 1, you want to wait until after the drone phase to place your turret, because if you place it too early, the enemies are going to see it while they're droning around, and they're going to be ready for you when they breach doors, the windows. Tip number 2 is to take advantage of the built-in cover the map has and also the deployable shields that you can place. And this is very helpful because now that we can place the turret in more confined spaces, we can take advantage of the cover to protect a lot more of our body than we could before. And also shields are very helpful because if you're hiding behind a shield and you point your turret straight up, you can actually reload and everything, you'll be safe from headshots. Tip number 3 is to only restrict yourself to 1 or 2 entrances. And this is because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with entrances to have to protect, because the turret doesn't spin very fast and you don't want to have to be quickly turning back and forth between multiple doors and windows and walls that enemies are coming through. It's going to be too much, you're probably going to get headshotted. It happens a lot, so try and restrict yourself to 1 or 2 entrances. You can see in this clip that I have 2 entrances open, and I'm not doing too bad against it, but someone could come right now to my side and headshot me, so that's where having some backup comes in. Tip number 4 is to not be afraid to get off or move the turret, and this comes in handy when you get flashed or there's too many enemies coming in the room, you can't cover all the entrances. And it'll protect you for a few extra seconds so you can get your bearings, maybe take out a few more enemies before you go down if you go down at all. And it's something that not a lot of people do because they feel that Tachanka's turret is his main defensive ability, so they try and stay on it. But if you can try and remember to get off and move the turret every once in a while, it can help you out a lot and generally help you stay alive longer to help out your team. Tip number 5 is to communicate with the rest of your teammates. This goes for all operators, but it's especially helpful for Tachanka because your teammates will be communicating enemies' position to you and vice versa, and it'll really help you know what's going on around you so you don't get tunnel vision on the one door that you're protecting and get headshotted from a different window, a different wall, a trapdoor, something like that. So communication is really helpful, can really serve to help out your team. Tip number 6 is to suppress the enemies that you're not able to kill. So basically, if you're not able to kill someone, just keep firing off in his direction until he either goes off into a different direction or one of your teammates comes and kills him, or eventually he just gets frustrated and you're able to get him while he recklessly charges into the room for some reason. So basically just keep shooting and maybe something will happen, you'll be able to get him out of the way or he'll die or something like that. So you might not be able to kill everyone, but you can still do your part. Alright, so that's all the elaboration I have on the tips. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and find these tips helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
hostiles from securing the container. Op 4